Is God omnipotent, or does he have limitations? Today, we're going to challenge traditional interpretations of the Bible that assert God's omnipotence and explore an alternative viewpoint that suggests God may indeed have limitations. Many theologians and believers uphold the view that God is all-powerful based on scriptures such as Job 42:2, which states, "I know that you can do all things. No plan of yours can be thwarted." This interpretation posits that God has limitless power and can accomplish anything he wills. However, an alternative viewpoint argues that there are things God cannot do. This perspective draws on scriptures like Hebrews 6:18, which states, "It is impossible for God to lie." The scripture suggests that there are limitations to God's abilities, contradicting the traditional interpretation of God's omnipotence. So, could it be that God's omnipotence is not absolute? This alternative interpretation does not necessarily negate God's supremacy. Instead, it offers a nuanced understanding of God's nature, suggesting that he chooses to limit his power to uphold his nature of truth and righteousness. This viewpoint encourages us to see God not as a being with unrestricted power, but as a deity who chooses to limit his abilities to maintain his integrity and righteousness. This interpretation challenges the traditional belief of an all-powerful God and presents a deity who values truth over power. In conclusion, we've explored the traditional interpretation of God's omnipotence and an alternative viewpoint that suggests God has limitations. Both interpretations offer unique perspectives on God's nature and power. While the traditional interpretation portrays God as an all-powerful deity, the alternative interpretation presents a God who chooses to limit his power to uphold his nature of truth and righteousness. This discussion highlights the complexity of interpreting religious texts and the importance of considering alternative viewpoints. It's a reminder that our understanding of faith and spirituality can be enriched by engaging with different perspectives and challenging conventional beliefs. So, what do you think? Is God omnipotent, or does he have limitations? There's no definitive answer. The beauty of theology lies in its ability to provoke thought and encourage discussion. It's an ongoing conversation, and everyone's perspective is valid. Remember, it's not about finding a definitive answer, but about engaging in a thoughtful discussion. So share your thoughts, engage with others, and keep the conversation going. Thank you for joining the exploration of theology. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep challenging traditional beliefs.